dear life, riding the side-by-side in the back, up to the very back of my listing up here by Ocate. See some guys got a hunting blind set up over there, and a little lake is probably attracting some wildlife. We're getting close to being about a mile away from the house, just back down that valley right there. This is some of the most beautiful wild country I think I've ever seen in northern New Mexico. He's telling us that there was a fire that came through here about 25 years ago, and a lot of this area is just still pasture, but we just went through this incredible like sea of scrub oak, which you can see up there too. It's all changing colors right now. Those are the areas that burn completely. There's a lot of pinon that's still around that's pretty healthy, but a lot of times that scrub oak was the first thing that popped back up after the fire when you weren't out in the prairie areas. This would have been a good day to bring the gimbal. So I'm gonna try to ride this one-handed up this hill. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Woo. We are right on the property line here, by the way. This fence is the property line. The neighbors next door, that's 5,000 acres. Some local people own it. Judging from their side of the pasture, I imagine they have cattle up here most of the summer. Woo, when we get up at the top of this ridge, the view is just going to be insane. It's going to be looking all the way back on the northern mountains by Hermit's Peak, Sapeo, Pecos, maybe the Pecos, Las Vegas. Oh boy. How are we going to do this part? Oh no, we're turning to the left, hopefully. Yeah, we're not going up that. This thing is amazing. If I can, I'll shoot some more back down towards the canyon where it's super rocky. Oh my god, I almost flew out of the back of this thing 10 times. But it's much better standing up. I was sitting down before. That was not comfortable. So there's been a lot of elk coming through here lately. They had some hunters up here just this past week, and they did get elk. I think we're lost. There's no road. We're gonna try to drive up this. Holy shit. This guy is crazy. walk to this part. It's literally awesome. That's the Cerro Palón right there. That's actually a volcano. Woo! So we're making our way back to the corner of the property where those two fences come together there. That's the east boundary, which meets up with the south boundary. And you can see that fence all the way along there is the property line. A little bit different grasses out here. And they've been having a lot of rain up here lately too. So things are actually looking pretty good. Let's see if I could see Hermit's Peak or something I recognize back over that way. So many funny stories, crazy stories. So there used to be a town up here too, long time ago, because it was on the old Santa Fe Trail. I think that was a little bit further over by Cerro Palón, and it was the original town of Ocate, but they moved it because the women were too distracting to all the travelers. That's the story I heard. So they had to move it to its present location, which is like, I don't know, 20 miles as the crow flies, but you have to kind of go all the way around that big old canyon there and everything. There's no water back here is what he's saying. You gotta haul water. He has had cattle and horses back here before because there's obviously a lot of grass. Expansive. Everything's really healthy too. I've seen a few dead pinon, probably from drought. No signs of bark beetle up in these parts. But it's pretty high up here. I think we're up at 7,500 feet. We might even be a little higher than that up here. Closer to 8. No, it's probably 7,500. And here's the other property corner. Right here. So that's the west fence line. South fence line meets the west fence line. And now we're going this way. Probably for as long as we can, then we're gonna have to cut back to to get back over to the road. There's a big old tree that fell over. So all this laying down dead and standing dead is what's left from the fire. Look, you can see there's charred right there. Now we're entering another big area of this scrub oak. Just real tight. So we're heading back now. And I did want to video some more because the views looking back down the canyon are going to be insane too. We're just riding right along the property line now. This is the south boundary. And again, you see all the way up there to that corner is the east fence line. This is part of the 5,000 acres of the Garcias next door. Apparently that they run some cattle up here, but not as much as they used to because they're getting older. Man, how cool would it be to hike up to the top of that volcano? I think we're gonna take a right and a left. I'm definitely gonna have to not video going back down that hill. Or else I'm gonna go flying out the back of this thing. Maybe I can. Let's see. I'll try it. Uh-oh, detour. Actually, this is probably going to be an easier way down. Let's hope. Oh, maybe not. Nope, turning around again. Down to the valley. You can see the house down there, just barely. definitely getting a workout back here. Even my watch thinks I'm working out. It wants me to start a workout. My legs, holy. Apparently the elk have caught on. They're not going to that watering hole very much. You can see that guy's blind right up there. They're a little smarter than that. Oh, the wind really picked up. There's a front coming in, it's just wide, whole front. Just starting to see a little bit of that. Hopefully we'll get a little lower down here and get it out of the direct line. This is about where I started. So this will all be new on the video for all my fans. I had a lady call me this morning because I posted a video a long time ago about diamond finish plaster, interior diamond finish plaster walls, and she called me asking for the name of my contractor because she couldn't find anybody in Albuquerque to do it. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So anyway, my videos are really working to bring my contractors more work. Alright, now we're heading back into this scrub oak field, which is so cool. And it's going to get really rocky, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to video all this. I'll try. This is fantastic habitat for the deer and the elk. The deer especially, they love eating the scrub oak leaves. And then of course you got your acorns and stuff, whatever that produces. We're gonna come down to this other pasture. It's equally as beautiful. Washer here. He said when they've been getting some good rains lately, and this has been flowing. You can tell it's still muddy down there. It's still muddy on the field over here too. It's not like standing water. That's good because it was pretty dry up here all summer too. There's a whole family right there. Hello. Mama and the two babies. They're heading up into the scrub oak to hide from us. That's why it's such good habitat. A lot of hiding places for them. Well, if you've made it this far, you're not seasick by all the movement. You still got a ways to go. Probably another half a mile, and we'll see the start of the canyon down here. This is where that wash went. It just kind of opens up here, huh? It's carving a canyon there. Oh, I just saw something else. Another deer. It's following us. At least I hope it's a deer. There's more behind us.
What?
It's almost like they're following us.
Oh, okay.
I lost them. So we still got the fence line here, and the other property line is like halfway up that mountain. Nobody really knows for sure. They never actually walked up there. I don't think the surveyors ever made it through that country. I'm gonna have to tell my survey guy about this. And then there's another little sort of a canyon you can go up right over there. There's like a little peek through, and then you can go up around over that hill right there. Yeah, there's the road to that other canyon right there. There's no fence on that whole side. He never had reason to fence it, I guess. I don't know how he kept his horses in, but maybe I'm getting the story mixed up. And this is the start of the canyon right here. So that little bit of wash that we saw kind of spread out, and then you can see it starting again right there, and then it drops down into that canyon. It is so beautiful. Now it's gonna get really rocky again. It changes a little bit, different color soil. All these big, huge, healthy piñons. Mostly. There's a few junipers, but God, it must be like 95% piñon. Like there's a little juniper. That's an alligator juniper right there. And then some smaller scrub oak. But you can see what I mean about everything being really healthy back up in here. And they do have one little kind of a stock pond that they made that really not for anything but the wildlife. We'll pass that in a minute. That fills up when it rains. Now I feel like I'm on the jungle safari tour at Disneyland. There's a few dead, standing dead. You could thin it out if you wanted, or you could just kind of leave it wild as it is. I mean, a lot of it's good habitat for the birds. I've seen tons of birds up here. So to our left is the canyon, and in that canyon, which you can walk up, is caves that are covered in red ochre, petroglyphs, drawings, handprints. You can see smoke on the tops of the cave where they were living in the caves, having fires and stuff. Oh God, hang on. Tons of moss rock up here if you ever wanted to build a nice moss rock wall. So the owner here, who's driving by the way, Mr. Richards, he cut this road all by himself, by hand. I think he had a tractor up here at one time, and he probably used his tractor to kind of get things sort of moving, but a lot of this he just did with his shovel. Not to mention he built the whole house too. We're gonna get up closer to some really rough terrain coming up here. along here just to kind of mark the trail. There's really nowhere else to go but the trail. I'm surfing this. Shot of the house. And there's down in the canyon. Kind of see some of those canyon walls right now. You can see how there would be caves back up in there just because of the type of rock and stuff. They're getting on pretty good, huh? That was gonna be hitting some huge rocks soon. God, it's so much easier than sitting down though. I was doing all this sitting down. This is the hardest part right here. Doing all right. I think I got it. This little ridge and this steep part right here. We're pretty much done. Yeah, he's got it. Wish he would have downshifted before. All right, survived. So here's the entrance to the canyon, right there. Like back up in there, it's so cool. I'll save that for another video, or maybe I won't even video it. It's kind of a special place. I think it just needs to be part of the story that's left untold. Whoever is lucky enough to buy this place can explore all that. But I'm not going to use it as a selling point. I'm just going to tell you about it. There's some cross fencing here. This is pasture on the other side of this fence. That was for the horses for sure. I don't think he ever put anything back here. It just doesn't make sense that he would have, because it's not fenced on all four sides. Hope the gals have everything sorted out. Whoa! Almost went flying. It sure is a good looking house. Roster block, fireproof. Ooh! Ooh! There's your propane tank. It's kind of a little road here, so the propane guys can get up here pretty easy. couple of carports, 3 carports, and a storage shed. And then that other thing is where they lived when they were building the house. That's where they had their trailer. Oh, there they are out on the porch. And that concludes our trip.